And it has an interesting way of beginning, the scenario, the thought process in my head. A friend of mine had given me a CD of different songs that they really liked. And one of them was this song entitled by Iris DeMent, who's a country singer, Easy's Getting Harder Every Day. And I thought, oh my God, what a fantastic title, Easy's Getting Harder Every Day. And so it was interesting because when I was thinking of the title for this dance, you know, that dichotomy of easy's getting harder. So I said, okay, rise and low. You can't quite ever get up. You always get pushed back down. So that's where the title came from, actually, from the scenario of that particular song. And there was at that point in time, this was a couple of years ago, I came down with what we call the death flu. The whole company came down with it. We were so sick for like 2 weeks, and I was in bed, basically. And at that point, and I started thinking, like, okay, what would happen if I couldn't do this anymore? If I really was so sick that I couldn't do this? And which is a kind of macabre thing, but so I started thinking about how I might want to articulate that premise. What if something happens in your life that really prevents you from being who you could be? Maybe it's cultural. There are cultures that say today you cannot dance. Or you cannot, if you're a woman, you cannot dance in front of men. And there are cultures that do this. Or perhaps it's economics. Maybe it's just poverty that keeps you in a lifestyle and in a vacuum that never allows you to be a gentle soul because you just have to concentrate on surviving. So this is a pretty heavy-duty kind of theme that I was dealing with. And so I decided that it would really have, I was going to go with this concept of economics or poverty. And so we have this group of 5 women who they have a group of, well, you can sort of see them there. There's a group of chairs back in this corner. And they sort of represent what they go back to each time when things get very bad for them. What sort of holds them together as an entity. And there are 5 parts to this dance. And I wanted to counterpoint the very fragile moments of when we had female singers, the female singers that I chose. And I found a singer by the name of Otis Taylor. And he's quite extraordinary. In fact, I had the opportunity to meet him, and it was really a wonderful experience. And he said, oh yeah, you're the dance lady that wanted to use my music. So that was kind of cool. But it reminds me of a deep Delta blues kind of approach to music, rhythm and blues. And so I wanted to counterpoint the very weight, translucent, almost disappearing component of how the female voice sounded in this dance, to the hugely masculine component of what the male voice sounded like in some of the songs that I selected. And so even though you never see men in the dances themselves, they're very much a part of this. But they're a part of it on the outer rims of things. And it's the women that keep coming back to each other to get their strength. And sometimes it's just, there's frustration, and sometimes there's anger. It's a kind of a dramatic piece. But I guess, I don't know if I should say anything more about it, but it is this is the heaviest piece in the concert, okay? And it's interesting because someone was asking me during reception if we ever have men in the company, and the answer is yes, but they have to show up for auditions. And if they don't show up, then I don't have men in the company that particular year. So it really is dependent on that. I have lots of dances that have men in them, but I don't do them if on that particular year I have no men. So that's our culture. What can I say about the culture? The last dance is entitled Vooz, which means nothing. It's a made-up word. And I have percussionist that I'm very good friends with. His name is Zorky Nelson. He's from Ghana. He's an amazing, amazing percussionist. He went on tour with Wynton Marsalis and the one he just did with African music and jazz. And I teach at Russell Sage College, and Zorky plays for me. And he came in one day and he said, "You must listen to this CD." And it was by this group called Zap Mama, or Zap Mama, if any of you have ever heard of them. It's a female group with Afro-European heritage. They're a cappella. There is no musical instrument other than the human voice in the music that you're going to hear for that dance. And it was just fascinating. And what they love to do is sometimes you'll understand the words. Sometimes they speak in French, sometimes they speak in English, sometimes they speak in African, sometimes they are not speaking in anything, or just speaking gibberish, so to speak. And that's why I decided to come up with the name of Vooz, which doesn't mean anything. I think if you said it a certain way in French, it could mean something, but mine doesn't. And whereas Rising Love has a narrative component to it, Vooz does not. The first section is somewhat exotic. The second section we call Happy Hips. The next section we call the Snake Charmer. And then there's a section we call Firecracker. I mean, just because of the energy. But there's no story. So I like to sort of do these two pieces back to back on each other because they're so different as to how, as an audience member, you might see what's going on. If you want to attach a story to Vooz, you're welcome to, but I did not. Okay, so enjoy.
why you making history, dog? When I'm around, I work. I work all night long. I work. Work all night long. I come home. I come home in the morning. I comb your brown hair. Well, what? You're working the morning, girl. Lord, I come home. Comb your brown hair. What? Lord, I work all night long. So we can live another day. Come on. Cold.
I did use him to a room trapped in the corner of the room, or under the foot of the marching band. Is it an honest night that makes you reach out and bite the unawakened flesh? Oh, you lay in distress. Oh, you
toi coco, je t'aime, toi coco, je t'aime, toi coco, je t'aime, toi coco. Je te dis toi coco, je te dis toi coco, tu te dis toi coco, je te dis toi coco, tu te dis toi coco, je te dis toi coco, tu te dis toi coco, je te dis toi coco, tu te dis toi coco, je te dis toi coco, tu te dis toi coco, je te dis toi coco, tu te dis toi coco, je te dis toi coco, je te dis toi coco, je te dis toi coco. Tu dis je t'aime, toi coco, tu dis je t'aime, toi coco, t'es coco, t'es, t'es coco, t'es, t'es coco, t'es, t'es coco, t'es, t'es coco, t'es,
every time I
t'es
heard
coco,
that you want to leave it. Every time I heard that you want to go, that I'm dreaming of you. All day I dream all night I'm dreaming of you. All day I
J'examine et je fulmine. Moi la carabine, ça me dit. Je vous ai là, ma poitrine, je m'incline. Je vous fais signe, je vous dis. Brrr la cat que tombe. Brrr la cat que dit. Brrr la cat que tombe. Brrr la cat que dit. Couponnes sama bando, couponnes sama bando. Nandi, saidia, nandi, saidia, nandi, saidia, batata, batata, brrr la cat que tombe, brrr la cat que tombe, brrr la cat que dit, brrr la cat que dit. I wanna save it. Do if I have to follow my way? Il faut sauver. Il faut sauver tout. Et je dis, brrr la cat que tombe, brrr la cat que dit, brrr la cat que tombe, brrr la cat que dit, brrr la cat que tombe, brrr la cat que dit, brrr la cat que dit, brrr la cat que dit, Thank you.